guys, I'm here to do an update video. If you're following the video about Avdo Mujcic and the job out here in Binghamton, New York, we are here to do an update. I'm going to talk to Ashley. I'll be getting a lot of people asking me what's going on with Avdo. You are about to find out. And then from what I understand, what we know of his house, he actually has a very nice house, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. Well, this is about as moved in as you've been. It's great. You got a couch and a fridge. But yeah, this is what your house still looks like after Avdo decided to rip everything out and take everything of value. All right, so we're going to get an update right now from Ashley. All right, so let's start at the very beginning here. So what has transpired since the last video? Avdo gave you his insurance information. He said, I'll give you my insurance. I'm covered up to $1 million. Let's start there.
I then looked through the insurance policy that it gave me. He only gave us, it was an umbrella policy, so I thought it was okay. But then looking further into the paperwork, he was only workers' compensation and disability. So then I had reached out to his insurance company, and he said that they're like, no, he doesn't have business insurance through us, which I thought he did. The bank told me that they were going to do nothing. My insurance company basically told me to F off. I've tried getting lawyers. They just keep pushing me in different directions. The engineer he hired passed away. And then I went down there to figure out where my drawings were, but Avdo had hired him on the side, so now I don't have engineer drawings, and now I have to hire an engineer.
And as I understand it, he hired this engineer after the fact, right? This was after
he told me to go get a CO, and
right.
He knew he never got a permit.
All right, so after you were required to get a CO and he hadn't gotten any permits, he hired this engineer on the side, didn't officially hire him, and then he conveniently passed away.
A week later.
Wow. Okay. So, and your insurance, Millville Insurance, they have not been helpful at all. And this is the insurance company that actually paid Avdo in full, right? Mm-hmm. So have you been having a hard time getting them to call you back?
Yeah, I called them like 4 or 5 times, and then they had their lawyer call me back, and he was like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And then he yelled at me because they also owe me money.
Now, for the record, I called Millville Insurance 4 times. I left 3 voicemails for them. And my last voicemail, I told them I was going to be doing an update video and I wanted to get their side, get their official statement. And I'd let them know that if they didn't call me, all I could really say is that they were unresponsive and wouldn't call me back. And it sounds like they're not even calling back their insured client that pays their bill and pays for their insurance. And that's really disheartening when the insurance company that you pay not only won't call you back, but won't do right and try to help you get into your house, and your house still looks like this. All right, now I want to respond because I've seen a few comments where people said somehow I made things worse and got her into this whole mess. I've seen that comment. And I'm not going to lie, there's been a few times when I've questioned whether me getting involved made things better or worse. But every time I default back to the point where if I had not gotten involved at all, they were already in the process of moving into this house. And as we pulled up that floor and we saw the disaster underneath this house, this would have been an unsafe condition for them to live in anyway. Like no matter what, moving into this house would have been a bad idea because he put OSB down as subfloor over a soaking wet floor with a terrible mold-like substance growing in many different flavors in that crawl space. So those of you who know what it's like to live in a mold-filled house know what kind of problems that can cause. So at this point, what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to give you my side of the update, we reached out to several companies, including Lambrecht Auction and some other companies. We're trying to find somebody right now that will step up and donate cabinets and the cabinetry for the kitchen. And I asked Ashley if she was interested in doing some wood slab or live edge or some sort of wood countertops, which is something I can do and I specialize in. And she said, yes, I wanted to do butcher block anyway. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a cool thing that you actually wanted wood countertops.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna pick out some wood. I'm gonna cut down a tree, and I'm gonna actually custom mill her countertops. We're gonna do some really nice countertops for her, and I'm gonna actually shoot videos on that as we're making the countertops, which will be kind of fun. But one thing that we're going to be able to start showing here, we're going to update everybody, is we're going to start showing this train wreck turned into something that's actually a nice living space and something that Ashley is going to feel good about. Now, for those of you who have contributed to the GoFundMe, thank you very much. We're going to continue to ask you to step up and help Ashley as much as you can. They are still living in an RV in the backyard with their 2 kids. And this has been a really stressful thing. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, just let me know when you're okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
I just keep calling everybody, and everybody's like, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And everybody's like, hire an attorney. And I'm like,
attorneys are expensive.
yeah. And
Okay.
he took all of our money.
All right. So what I'd like to do is get a little bit of an idea, because this is something that none of the videos have really encapsulated yet so far. We've shown the train wreck, we've shown what Avdo's done, we've shown what he hasn't done, and we've also shown what we wish he hadn't done. But what is this? How is this taking a toll on your life?
I am having a hard time. Like, me and my boyfriend started a new job basically around the same time, and I'm still trying to figure that stuff out and go and help other families while I have all this going on here.
How long has this been going on? When did this whole debacle start? Like, when did the house fire happen?
Actually, a year ago in 5 days.
So a year ago you had the house fire. And when did Avdo start his work?
He was supposed to start, shortly thereafter, but then the bank messed up sending me the check, and that's why the insurance company got mad, and the insurance company keeps telling me to get a private adjuster, and then he started October 18th.
And this is Millville Insurance doing this back then?
Yeah.
All right. And so this has been a whole year of you being displaced from your home.
And then they stopped paying my rent because they said I didn't start the building on time, but the bank didn't send the check to me on time. And then I tried asking them, and they told me to get a hold of the district Department of Financial Services, which I did. And then when I called him the other day, he yelled at me because I got a hold of the Department of Financial Services. But then they told the financial services people that I had to get a hold of the private adjuster that I hired because they were already trying to screw me out of money to begin with. So I had to hire that.
And as I remember, they had your insurance, you had coverage, like rental coverage. So they were supposed to pay rent in a place for you to stay while all this was happening.
Yeah,
and they found a way to wiggle out of that. And Avdo, when he took on this job, had agreed or contracted to replace anything that was in the home. Mm-hmm. And then they tore stuff out of the home and then told you had to pay out of pocket to put it back in.
Yeah, I
right?
paid for all the appliances, which were supposed to be covered. And so I'm also paying for every single appliance that we have in here because I thought we were able to move back in, and obviously we needed them, and I was going to take care of that later. But
and that was, I understood, that was also that countertop that was on the other side, right? That he
never put it, and he tried to tell me that I had to pay for that as well.
I'm not a lawyer, but what I do want to say is that if you're a contractor getting paid to do a job, on a fire damaged home, and the contract is that you're supposed to replace anything that was in the home, and you're going to charge $187,000 to do the work, and then you're going to tell the client that they have to pay you to put some of that stuff back in the house, that seems like double dipping to me, and that is where it crosses the line, I think, into fraud. Like, at some point, this is just really bad contractor, really bad ethics, but then there's the point at which it crosses into criminal behavior, and that's my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but what I think is, for example, when he said he was going to come right away and come make all this right, and all he did was tear out the floor structure and take out anything that might have had mold on it because he knew that he had done mold remediation without a license and was on the hook for all that mold, and then just not even come back. He didn't put any subfloor back in. He just took everything. He took stuff of value and split. That's theft. So it really surprised me when the police wouldn't do anything about it, and they told you that that was a civil matter, because If somebody comes to your house, rips up your floor, damages your house, and takes things of value, that's theft, and that's criminal activity. And then also overcharging, in my opinion, I think he overcharged the insurance company for the work that he did. Obviously, it was really terrible workmanship. But then to tell you you have to pay for stuff that he was already supposed to put in, that's fraud. And I'm really surprised that the police and law enforcement isn't taking this more seriously. So you did call the police and reported all this damage and all the stuff that's missing, right?
Yeah, I called them twice, and then the one lady came here, and they were both state police, came here, and I was like, I want vandalism, theft, look at this, and then she's like, it's a civil matter, and I was like, okay, well, I want my keys back from him, because obviously he's not coming back. She was home, got the keys back. He told her that he wanted no more contact from us. And then she didn't help me, so I called back again, and they said another state police officer over here telling me that there's a contract and that everything is fine, and if there's an issue, it needs to be a civil matter. And I'm like, he stole things from us that were already paid for, and how is that not theft? And then they just were like, yeah, well, you gotta hire an attorney. So everything goes back to hiring an attorney.
Here's where I'm going to put out a plea for help. If anybody is anywhere near Binghamton, New York, and wants to help out in any way, if you want to come help me put new subfloor in the house, let me know. Reach out to me. If you want to donate cabinets, if you want to donate any of the stuff that we're going to need to put this place back together, I'm going to donate my time. I'm going to donate some nice countertops for her. So I'm going to try to do my part. The GoFundMe, if you can help Ashley in any way, she really needs to get a lawyer right now, because she has been on the phone all day, every day. I've been texting with her every day, and she's like, yep, I texted the Attorney General. I reported him to the National Insurance, whoever. Like, every day she's on this stuff, and it's eating up a very large portion of her life, but it's also taking a toll on her mental health and her emotional well-being. All right, so what I wanted to tell you is there is some good news in that there's a lot of people pulling for you. There's a lot of people that are reaching out, wanting to help. There's people that care about what you're going through. And this is nowhere near being over with. And one way or the other, we're going to focus on solutions. We're going to get you guys moved back into this house. And, we're going to see what we can do about trying to take some of this strain off of you. I've also reached out to my lawyer. And she doesn't really specialize in this kind of stuff, but she may be willing to help you because she is very good. And so we're going to see what we can do about. You okay? I want you to reach out to my lawyer as soon as I get her to agree to talk with you. She may be able to refer you to someone else, but she may be able to help you out. So we'll see. A lot of people are saying that he split to go back to Belarus. He wasn't going to come back. But he has a house and a wife and a kid and everything here, right?
He has the kid, I think that's his only son, a wife, and I know that he has 3 properties. I don't know if one of those is his business or not. I'm not sure.
All right. And then from what I understand, what we know of his house, he actually has a very nice house, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. This may not be a case where he just took the money and ran and split to Belarus. In the driveway when I was here, he told me that he was having medical issues, that he had a brain aneurysm, and that he was going to Belarus to get treatment, and that's why he was going to be gone for 6 weeks. That pulled at my heartstrings a little bit, and I probably had more compassion for him than I should have in light of what he's done here. But what I can say is that I don't actually think he's split for good. I don't think he's on the run. I think he's actually coming back. And I think it's really important for us to make sure that we hold him accountable, that we not just let this, slip under the rug and be swept aside. And this is what everybody's doing. Now, if you notice, there's a trend here, and this is not just with Ashley. This is kind of society as a whole. Number one, nobody wants to step up and do the right thing. Number two, every single agency that is supposed to help us, consumer protection right across the board, is a joke. Everybody wants to pass the buck and just give you the runaround. Call this department, call that agency, call the lawyers, call the insurance companies. It's an endless runaround, and this is how They focus on just mitigating their expenditures, maintaining profits, and not helping people. And these are people that are paying their premiums for insurance, and they can't even bother to give you a call back. So this is me directly calling out Millville Insurance. This isn't how you're supposed to treat people. You should have called me back. You should have called Ashley back. You should be right here on this video talking to all of these people. This video series is over 1 million views now. So this is not going to go away. We're going to continue to update you guys. And if you can go to the link in the description, there's a GoFundMe there. Please help as much as you can, because when Ashley does find a lawyer that'll take this, here's how that's going to go. They're going to say, we need a $10,000 retainer to get started. And then you're going to probably have to replenish that retainer, and it could be thousands of dollars every month until the case is resolved. So this isn't something where all the comments that say you need a lawyer, they kind of miss that part, where you're going to have to pony up an enormous amount of money to get a lawyer on the case. Ashley, I wanted to thank you for doing the update here. Good news. You have a boyfriend who's handy. I'm pretty handy, and we've got all these people watching right now that hopefully some other people will step up and help us out. So we'll see what we can do about getting you guys into this place.
Thank you.